back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. Those of you who follow my journey on social media and follow my journey with our friends at the Maryland Lottery and my Maryland Crab Cake Tour on Friday, I swear I'm trying to get back on the grid. I'm wrapped up in ice right now and about to eat ice cream. So if I can't get out of bed after a surgical procedure to eat ice cream with my friend Hannah Gratti from Weis Markets, then phooey on me. So I figure I'm only going to do a handful of segments for the Cincinnati game, but they gave me an ice cream scooper. You gave me T-Berry, Hannah, many months ago. And now every single time I go down the aisles at Weis, I wind up with all of my favorites. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I know you're here to promote Halloween. Are there any special blueberry flavors or anything like that going on? I don't think so, right? Just
we do normally have like a seasonal one.
pumpkin.
I know pumpkin spice is like the big thing. So I know we do a pumpkin ice cream.
I'm in. I say I'm in. These are really big. They take up a lot in the freezer. So like they're not little skinny guys, the Weis Markets. But I went with the premium cherry vanilla and the peanut butter candy cake. And that's what I'm going to eat here for the segment. And I do share. Although I know you have like your own kitchen up there and you do all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, what's going on for Halloween? Halloween's special because like you have a whole extra aisle of like candy. And I was always in the neighborhood where we lived in row homes in East Baltimore. So you could hit a couple of hundred places that were giving candy out in a couple of hours. If you divvied it all up, then you come back to the neighborhood and you swap out the bubble gum for the Milky Ways and whatnot. But it's everyone's favorite holiday. I mean, dressing up, having a good time. We've all been locked at home. I think this is going to be a special one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Weis is here to make you kind of redeem what didn't happen in 2020. And what's amazing is that, you're not going to find great deals in just one seasonal aisle. You're going to find great deals in every aisle of our store. So you're not going to search high and low for great prices on candy. You're going to find that everywhere.
What's your favorite candy?
Ooh. I like anything that doesn't have coconut or like almonds in it.
Oh, really? You're not nutty.
Yeah. So
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. It's like a Mounds or Almond Joy, right?
I'm not a big fan of coconut. Like I don't like Almond Joy. I don't like Mounds. I don't crave, like your typical Hershey's with almonds, but I like anything else.
Well, Hannah, I'll tell you, when you get to be as old as me and you live this long and your back starts hurting, you'll step out of your comfort zone that maybe one day, 20 years from now, you would say, maybe I don't hate coconut as much as I thought, or maybe I would, welcome different things in. But I've loved peanut butter candy cakes. This is a free plug for Tasty Cake. All of my life. We used to go up to Zanino's in my neighborhood, for a quarter, and you get 3 of them, and you could peel them. You peel the chocolate and you peel the peanut butter, and then you bite around the cake, and then you ate the cake like a communion wafer. So I had to get peanut butter candy cake ice cream. As you can see, I've torn in. My wife likes this one too. She's a peanut butter person. So I figure, 'tis the season for candy, right? Halloween candy. I have candy cake. So I'm going to have a scoop of this if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, I love we call them, my family calls it tandy cake.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why we call it that. I know sometimes they do call it candy cake. But Tasty Cake is like the big brand here back at home. And, kind of like what you just said, it's basically like a vanilla sponge cake with.
Well, they need to do a butterscotch crimpet for me. I need a butterscotch crimpet ice cream. Right?
Yeah, they should. I mean, butterscotch crimpets are like a PA staple too. So
probably shouldn't say this, but I think Tasty Cake candy cakes, not candy cakes, the coffee cake, the junior coffee cake, which is like a coffee cake with a crumble of cinnamon sugar on top. I probably ate those for lunch probably every day in the 5th and 6th grade, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I love that. So I have everything here but a spoon. I can't eat with a scooper, but Hannah Gratti's here. She's with Weis Markets, telling us about Halloween and entertaining. And when I lived in White Marsh, everybody in the neighborhood had house parties and we'd all dress up and go out, drinks, eats. I don't want to say we grilled because it was always cold in October. Like, but the whole climate change thing has made it like, hey, maybe you could grill outside. Maybe you could wear an outfit where you don't have to have a jacket over top of it. I froze on Halloween every year when I dressed up.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, you could pull out the grill if you want. I mean, normally for me and my friends and family, as long as it's not raining on that day, we'll definitely try and do something on the grill. But what's amazing is that we offer plenty of, recipes and ready to go meals and platters, if you're in a hurry, but we also offer amazing recipes that you guys can try out on weismarkets.com/recipes. And what's super cool about our recipe page is you could actually filter it based on occasion. So if you want to do a Halloween recipe, you can look on the left side of our webpage and, there's Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and like any holiday that you can think of, we have a little filter for that.
I'm a recipe guy, right? So, I mean, I'm seeing smoking dragon wings. Doesn't sound like me. I don't know. It sounds a little spicy for me. I'm a little on the 1 to 10 spiceometer. I stop at around 3 or 4, and that's good for me. I don't need to be turning it up any higher than that. And the sweet spider cakes as well. You mentioned the ready go meals. And my wife was gone for a couple of weeks. My back was killing me. Rob Santoni was running in the Boston Marathon, doing his whole thing. And I was sneaking in the store up there, store 206. I think I've learned the number right. It might be 4. He's going to spank me. I know it's an even number. And that is something for me when my wife's out of town. Just grab that. That's easier for me than maybe mixing up a salad, if it makes any sense. Like I like to grab things and go, but I'm such an aisle shopper. I never know I'm not a list shopper when I walk into the store. There'll be one thing I know I have to get. Usually it's like coconut water, honestly. And by the way, shout out to the Weis. I want to have the manager on. So, Jamie, if you're listening, Dennis, I want to have the manager. Rob will set this up. That the Weis in Owings Mills stocks my favorite coconut water. So I'm always in there, and I pick up some blueberries, raspberries. I'm a fruit person. Fruits 3 for $10. And when there's a good sale going on, so I pick it all up. But that's more my thing. I'd be the one to be throwing like strawberries on top of the candy cake ice cream.
Yeah, make it a little bit sweeter.
Well, I like the little go meals though. So I want to, and pizza too. You guys do pizza?
Yeah, we're actually offering 2 different pizza deals right now. So right now we are doing a $5 hot pizza Friday deal. So every Friday, if you're having your Halloween get together a little bit earlier than usual, because I know Halloween is on a Sunday this year, our large cheese pizzas are $5, or you could also get a large 1-topping pizza for just $6. But we also have another deal going on where for every 5 pizzas you purchase at Weis Markets, you'll get the 6th one for free. And that includes both cheese and 1-topping pizzas, because I definitely understand that, parents are running around. They want to make sure that their kids want to have a really fun Halloween time. And I mean, from past experiences for me, a lot of my Halloweens, I was just like, I don't want a big dinner meal. I just want to eat candy all night.
Well, as I'm sitting here eating some Weis peanut butter candy cake ice cream, and my wife's gonna have to come in here and put it away before it all melts. I also got the cherry vanilla out. I love these segments. We should do this more often. I mean, every time I'm with you, I eat ice cream here. But I'd say this about Halloween. For me, with it, dressing up and the kids and gifting stuff, and I'm going to say something very, very controversial now. I'm a dark chocolate guy, okay? So if you could throw all the milk in there, and I don't dislike, this is milk chocolate. I don't dislike milk chocolate, but if given the choice, and I don't mean 9 out of 10 times, I would say 9 out of 10 times I would pick dark chocolate. The other one would be white chocolate. I would almost never pick milk chocolate. And somebody's going to be mad at me now. Some chocolatier is going to say, you've just never had the good milk chocolate, or like I'm picking on Hershey's because I like Hershey's. But when I came up to Hershey with you guys, and I'm making a mess on the set here, but this is my Weis scooper. By the way, great idea on the ice cream scoopers to give these away, right? It helps me on the set, the whole deal. But we're up at the Hershey Lodge, and they had every Hershey product known to mankind. You remember this, right? Out on the tables. And it took me a minute to sort of catch on why there was chocolate everywhere. And then I realized, oh, dummy, you know? So I would always take the special dark. And they do special dark now. And I know you don't want to hear this because you've been through this with nuts. They have like almonds and
Yeah,
nuts.
they
You don't
do.
like that. You're out on that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of surprised because I feel like white chocolate is more controversial than dark chocolate. Because I know a lot of friends and family who are just like, well, white chocolate's really not chocolate. And they think it tastes like
What?
nothing. And I mean, I personally like white chocolate better than dark chocolate.
White chocolate with a
Yeah,
little raspberry, right? On some sort of mousse.
I like it
Let's
just
go out to wisemarkets.com, get a recipe for this. Let's go make something here.
do you want me to check right now?
No, no,
No.
no, no. My mind will wander. It won't be good. No.
Yeah.
Well, we can come up with something though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not personally a big white chocolate mixed with, raspberry. I just like a plain white chocolate. Like I love a cookies and cream Hershey's bar with they're like weird little cookie dots or
I
something.
know.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's like a nice snap and it's crunchy and that's what I like.
It's
And
like little Oreo pieces in there is what's in those, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what they are.
Well, listen, I like peanut butter. I like chocolate. So it all intersected here with my peanut butter candy cake ice cream. It's Halloween. Get out, have a good time. Stop by, see our friends at Weis Markets. We're rounding up this month. We're rounding up every month. And I'm going to have Rob back on to talk about some more tailgating ideas with the Ravens as the weather has changed here a little bit. We missed the game last week with my back, Hannah, and it was
Mhm.
lamb chop day at the tailgate.
Oh,
And that's the only time they do it. She goes to Jimmy's, Greek tailgate, and he's got, uzu flowing and lamb chops, legit lamb chops, tzatziki, the whole thing, lemon. And we missed out because I can't walk. But I'm going to get back on my feet again. And I'm going to tell you what, Wise Ice Cream is going to help me along the way. I showed you that how much of the peanut butter. I'm way, way, way into this is the cherry vanilla. Doesn't that look
uh-huh.
delicious? Don't you want to dive in that? That's
You
perfect.
know what? I grew up with that ice cream. My grandfather loved cherry vanilla. It was always cherry vanilla or tea berry whenever I was at his house.
Boy,
I
that's
was more of
weird.
a Yeah, I was more of a tea berry person rather than cherry vanilla.
Now, have you come to grips with the fact that tea berry is birch beer, or have you not?
Oh, I totally agree with you. Ever since you tried it, in a previous episode, I kind of agree. Because
Okay.
tea berry is just a funky flavor and it's so difficult to kind of describe the actual flavor.
It looks like Pepto-Bismol, and if you put it in your mouth and you're thinking Pepto-Bismol, you might get Pepto-Bismol. If you put it in your mouth and think, I like birch beer, and there's a root beer, birch beer edge going on there for me,
Hmm.
I like birch beer. So I didn't dislike it. I just didn't need to get it again but you said your grandfather, my father's favorite was cherry vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah, so my father loved cherry vanilla, so we always had that around. And Neapolitan was the other one, which is chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I
Hmm.
prefer like a spumoni, which is more of a pistachio cherry, right? So
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
big spumoni. Oh yeah, I don't even need to go to Italy to get that. I go to South Philly and pick that up. Hannah Gratti's here. She's with Wise Markets. Anything else going on for Halloween you want to throw in? I know I talk about rounding up, and you guys are always doing stuff,
Yeah.
and good stuff in the community, and that's what makes this relationship fun. Quite frankly, we always have things to talk about.
Yeah. So we are offering a pumpkin sale for the month of October. So, not only can you get your candy at the last minute, but you can also get last minute decorations. So you can save big on all different kinds of pumpkins that we have at our store locations, whether it's, plain decoration pumpkins, carving pumpkins, and even gourds too. Because I
All
know
right.
gourds are like I feel like some years gourds are bigger than pumpkins actually for decoration.
Yeah, and I saw something the other day. This is a little public service that when you're done with the pumpkins, if you put them in the field, open them up, if you live in that sort of area, that animals love it and it's good for animals. So
Mhm,
I saw a deer eating one, right? And they said if
mhm.
you cut it in half, that's giving back to nature, I would say, with pumpkins, because so many of them rot, right? When you get,
Yeah.
you get done, you carve it out, it just rots. And I think we could do better than that. Hannah, I appreciate you. It's always good to have you on. We always get a T-Berry reference in here. I always eat ice cream when I'm with you. You're sort of my ice cream. It's our thing, ice cream social or whatever. And at some point, I'm going to get up there and tour the ice cream factory with you guys and hang out on the set and talk about tell me about Word to the Wise. That's the thing you guys do. You do that right there, right?
Yeah. So we do an amazing podcast called A Word to the Wise. So we drop 3 episodes every month, and we talk about, if you want to help, if you need to save money for grocery shopping, if you need some cool tips and tricks for whatever's going on in your life, or if you just want to hear a nice conversation about, community events or special holidays coming up, you can visit iHeartRadio.com. We have it with our host, Bob Hauer, and we have amazing Wise Market associates who come on air and, just have like a nice conversation, and 3 episodes come out every single month.
I try to have nice conversations here all day too. Wise conversations is what I call them. And it's great visiting with you. My ice cream's melting. On behalf of our friends at Wise, and I'm going to get Rob on to talk about the Boston Marathon that he was in. And I also, I now have a shout out for the Owings Mills location because they stock my favorite coconut water, although they were out of the pulp last week, but nonetheless, I enjoyed it immensely. I am Nestor. We are WNST AM 1570. Luke is in Owings Mills. Bye week is here. The Ravens are really good. We got plenty to talk about. More Wise conversations ahead. I'm Nestor. We are WNST AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore positive.